Okay. Hello, everyone. As you all know, that Russian President Vladimir Putin has already arrived here in New Delhi, and he is here for a 2 day summit. And this is his first visit to India after Russia-Ukraine war, and this is going to hold a really significant value because last time, when during sidelines of SCO, Russian President Vladimir Putin met with uh, Prime Minister Modi. It raised a lot of eyebrows in the Western countries, and the European Union saw it with the raised eyebrows. The US saw it, and we know about the tariffs by US, the indirect tariffs by US. So, Oyon, how do you see the Russian President Vladimir Putin's visit to India?
Now, the thing is actually, this is the 23rd time Putin is visiting in India, right?
Mhm.
And there will be some kind of socio-economic impact as well. There will be political impact as well. Now, basically, the socio-economic impact will be solely focusing on certain major parts like the defense and supplies. Like India can secure important defense parts and equipment that Russia regularly provides. There will be trade expansion in terms of socio-economic. And in terms of political impact, then there will be a strategic partnership. I'm quoting it from the Economic Times. The global signaling, the visit signals that India keeps independent foreign policy, not to choose any side, actually, the diplomatic stance that India is continuing to maintain. And and also,
So when you
yeah.
when you're talking about sites, I will interrupt for a few seconds.
Hmm.
Uh, in earlier days, when we got independence, we
Hmm.
chose for non-alignment.
Hmm.
But in this age, we are not uh, going for non-alignment. We are going for multi-alignment.
Yeah.
Okay. So I
So
think the
this will benefit India's import and export, and this will also improve India's economy to a larger
true,
extent
true,
because Putin also demands for a multipolar world. And
true.
to quote Putin, uh, Putin says that uh, what's the exact quote?
He was
Uh,
talking about China and India's
yeah,
relation.
on
That
the global order, a unipolar world is unfair. The world must be
Mhm.
multipolar. This quote is from the ndtv.com that
Mhm.
Putin said. ndtv.com quoted Putin's quote that, and
Yeah.
Putin also supported this argument of a multipolar world. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think there will be some kind, there will be certain improvements on Indian, America, Indo-US relationship as well as for because the trade, the tariffs that they impose, despite the tariff issues, there are multiple on there are multiple trades that are ongoing between India and US, like the hydrocarbon trade, the
So
focusing on the
that's
sustainability.
interesting.
Yeah,
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 you
that's
mentioned.
interesting. That despite the tariffs, we are also continuing to deal with US, and we are also dealing with Russia. So this is a proper example of the multipolar world
Yeah.
and the multilateralism that we talk about.
Hmm.
And and
Yeah.
and I also want to mention one thing, that when you are talking about multilateralism, I would mention one thing that look, the first time when President Putin came to India, it was around 2000, I think,
2003
and
to be precise. Yeah.
2003,
Yeah.
2003, yeah. So that time Atal Bihari Vajpayee was our prime
Hmm.
minister, and that time he just got the throne of
Hmm.
Russia, and he was a new president, but now he is more experienced. And that time the world was more of a unipolar world,
Yeah,
dominated
more
by Russia,
inclined towards
dominated by
USA.
US.
Yeah, the dollar
USA,
imperialism was
yeah,
there
yeah,
actually. Yeah.
yeah. So now the things have changed.
Yeah.
Now the things, they are not. mm, The unipolar world has gone, and We can see that it's almost a multipolar, which you can see. I would like to quote Shiv Shankar Menon's from Shiv Shankar Menon's book, that the
Okay.
world is not unipolar nor it is multipolar, it is both. So from political point, he's seeing one thing. From economic point, you are seeing one thing. From economic point, if you see that there is no unipolar thing, because everyone is dependent on in this globally
Yeah,
connected
everyone is
world.
dependent on each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
When we talk about defense, defense.
Also, I would like to mention one
Yeah.
thing. Despite the tariff issues that India and
Mhm.
India faced from the USA, there was an pact that was renewed on 10th of October 2025 about the
Mhm.
defense, India and US defense, collateral defense. What how should I put it? Collateral defense. I mean defense. Yeah, that defense
Pact,
practice. Yeah,
pact. So you are
the
talking
pact
about
on.
the Duma thing,
Yeah,
that the lower house
House
of
of the Russian Parliament. Yeah.
Russian parliament. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
That came yesterday only. That the news that they approved the joint operation, joint cooperation. So it's interesting that the defense thing is more interesting because in last time when we saw that during a sort of war between India and Pakistan, we saw that they are using S-400
Hmm.
and that sort of things, which are almost most of them are from Russia.
Hmm.
India has decreased their imports of defense things, defense equipments from Russia, but still now most of the equipments are serviced by Russian companies or by Russian organizations. So we still have a dependency on Russia,
Russia.
and
Yeah.
the more interesting thing is that look, this is a normal bilateral meeting which happens every year almost. For it's
Hmm.
happening almost for I think 21 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is happening for 21 years, and but this what makes it significant is the U.S. tariffs because of the Russian oil, and we started buying oil from Russia during the Russia-Ukraine war
Yeah.
extensively, and now we are being alleged that we are funding Putin's war machine, but
Hmm.
that's not the case. We are just doing it
And we are solely dependent
to
on them for our progress, actually. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We are,
Hmm.
we are doing it for our own progress. Yes, of course. We are just as I told you that we are a multi-aligned country, not because we don't take sides because we deal with everyone. We don't close our. We just
Ties with
opening our
everyone. Yeah.
options.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
We are just opening our options. So, yeah, I will quote Indian Express here. In financial year 2024 to 2025, the India Russia reached a record high of 68 billion bilateral trade,
Hmm. Hmm.
and which we were aiming by 2030, which we were aiming for 100 billion. But I doubt whether it will happen or not because of the recent trade tensions because of US. So what do you think about that thing?
USA may impose certain kind of restrictions on on Russian exports and imports, but they are the kind of sovereign people, and we are also a kind of sovereign people. We can purchase oil from them actually, but the thing is, there will be an ongoing global tension with the Indo-US relationship if we buy certain resource from them, because they will also share their opinion that Russia will be using their expansionist policy to again funding the war scenarios. And what's the scenario of today's war with Ukraine? What's the scenario now?
Look, we saw in 2024 when Prime Minister Modi went to Russia,
Hmm.
Moscow, in July. So he went there and he talked about that. Look, battlefields won't give you any result in this age. We should not. War is not the option. We should not go for it. And many European leaders also came to Delhi to say that, look, Prime Minister Modi is close with President Putin, so you should consult with him and suggest him to stop the war. And Prime Minister Modi also reiterated by again and again that same thing, that in the South bloc, when Prime Minister Modi met with him, gave a hint that he also delivered the same kind of message to President Putin. But these are all are the talks that we hear, but we don't know what is actually going on in
Yeah, the
Putin's head.
results,
Because
there
yeah,
is there are no results actually.
yeah,
The impact
yeah. So
is devastating actually for the
so
war. Hmm.
so it's interesting. Let's see what happens. Now, I would like to end this show with showing you the visuals where Prime Minister Modi is welcoming President Putin. I would like to just show you. This is the visuals. He just landed here. He just landed in
Wow,
airport,
it's
as
clear
you can
actually.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, in New Delhi, and he's welcomed by Prime Minister, and as you can see,
Hmm.
so so let's see what happens tomorrow. We will get to know more things, and this is a short visit. He will leave only tomorrow,
Yeah.
so let's see what happens.
Let's see. Let's expect the good news actually.
Yes, of course.